Shalom, Yahweh Shmi Awashah, Ba'ashem, Harakak Wadash, my mouth. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters that's pushing the truth of sincerity. And double honors to the elders and apostles in GMS, and honors to the elder of the Lions Den Kappa Har 1. This is a part 2 of the previous lesson. I'm going to start it off with Habakkuk 2:11. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. So, from the previous video, and from the clip from Redacted, just speaking on how during Barack Obama's presidency, they had, it was alleged that members of the CIA genuinely believed that Edomites had no rights, and thus they refused to persecute their fellow Edomites. But the Lord said, the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. So everything that they have done, every mistrial, everything swept under the rug, everything forgotten about, all the lives they ruined, continue to ruin, and all the families and kids and destruction they caused upon the Israelites is going to be a witness against them. All of it is going to be a witness against them. Because the Lord said that, man. The Lord said, and it says, woe to, verse 12, woe to him that built a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. And that's what Esau has done, even from the beginning, with lies, bloodshed, murder. And what they do, they hide their hand, throw rocks and hide their hand. I genuinely believe that saying was talking about Esau. Could be wrong, but I'm just saying that's what they do. They'll give Jake benefits, but then when it comes to it being detrimental to our people, they hide their hands saying, hey, you asked for it. So forth and so forth. They'll take the jobs away from the communities, and then they put drugs in there, and then they wonder why everybody drug dealers. It's kind of crazy. They just, everything that they do is wickedness. That's why the Lord said never trust our enemy. Because as their iron rusteth, just like iron rusteth, so does their wickedness. It continually grows, no matter what. So just like iron rusteth, so does their wickedness. Okay, so there's no 18. This is Psalms 59:5. Thou therefore, O Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen, be not merciful to any wicked transgressor. Selah. So, and that's what we hope for. We hope that the Lord doesn't be merciful unto them, because they sure damn wasn't merciful unto us. You know, they wasn't. They never has been, and never will they will be. Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 1 in Psalms 59. To the chief musician, Meshtem David, when Saul sent and they watched the house to kill him, deliver me from mine enemies, O my power, defend me from them that rise up against me. And that's what we say now. You know, defend us from the wiles of the devil, defend us from Esau, defend us from the wicked and the heathen. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men. Come on, because now they're going to be working overtime. Everything that they have been doing has been nothing but detrimental, and also for the hurt of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression nor for my sin, O Lord. So they gathered against us all the day long. Even ever since the 80s, the 70s. You know, when they decided they wanted to take the factory jobs away from our communities, which led to the men, the decline of men working. And what do? They bring in our women because they're so-called less intimidating than the man. Thus, they're having all of our women working more than a man. And that's what the term "first one's hired, last one's hired, first one's fired." You know, they have that. That is a system that they set up against us, which was a fact. Ever since the ending of World War II, they stopped all the factory jobs, brought in something called automation for the factory jobs with all the machines, had the men to stop working. Now what did they have? They had like office type jobs, like clerks, stuff like that. Because especially during the war at that time, what was going on? All because the women was less intimidating, brought the women into the jobs. Now they're making more than the man, because the man can't find a job because all these are education based. And what do? They introduced something called Section 8. Oh, Salakia, not Section 8, but they introduced something called help. Or what they'd like to call help. Assistance. And then further and further down, you keep going down, then we just continue to get more destruction. Just more and more destruction, more oppression, especially from the men. Just the men not working, the women are working, but they're not making enough over time. And then they bring drugs into the community. And now it's only the mindset of I gotta eat. And man, for himself, it's a free for all. Yeah, these are all the works of the devil. I think it was Nixon during the crack epidemic. So over time, man, that's what their plan was. After the civil rights movement. But it says, for lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault, await to help me, and behold, thou therefore, O Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, await to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressor. Selah. Come. So be not merciful to the transgressors, man, the wicked doers, because they sure wasn't merciful unto us when they did that. They had that plan set up against us when they allowed the all the drugs and stuff to allegedly come into our communities, so our men can go through there and start selling drugs to our own people. Because it was a tough time, especially if a man couldn't get a job to provide for his household. It was it'll be a blessing, because we're always seen as aggressive, as the ones that's oppressive. He said they return at evening, they make a noise like a dog and go around about the city. All right, well, that's about it for that one. But that's what the wicked is, man. That's what we hope, man. We hope that the Lord takes the heathen, man, and he dashed them against the stones, man, just like they did with our people. All these wicked devices and imaginations and systems set up against us, man, saying that they wouldn't persecute an Edomite just because they believed they didn't have rights. Shit, since when? It was intentional, the destruction of our people. Everything that they did was intentional. Calling us 3/5 of a man, setting up the electoral college just so we couldn't vote, which we shouldn't be voting anyway, especially for Esau. And then over time, after the civil rights movement, the destruction of our house, even though we didn't have the breath, at least we had some type of unity, or some type of sticking together, or brotherhood. But ever since they started taking jobs out of our neighborhoods, and then started pulling things and started doing things like making jobs harder to get for especially the Israelite men, and started introducing drugs into the neighborhood, which is plenty of documentaries out there that shows that this was a known fact. All because they wanted to fund a war in South America or something like that. So they brought it into the neighborhoods. All alleged, of course. Hate I even got to say that, but and then they had what they call benefits. Even before then, they had benefits, man. What stuff like Section 8, and then they brought in food stamps, and later on they had women's lib with birth control, trying to stop us from, allegedly, of course, all alleged bullshit. But all this is everything that the wicked has done, man, and they continue to do it to this day. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope that was edifying, and shalom.